Have you, being that you're from Gibraltar, have you ever heard anyone call or refer to Gibraltar as an island?
Yes.
They think it's an island?
They think it's an island.
And I believe Gibraltar hosts the island games here, right?
Yes.
They have the island games. Yeah. Why does Gibraltar host the island games when it's not an island?
I know.
Do you know the answer to that?
No.
You kind of,
No, I don't.
No one knows the answer. Is it Gibraltar Strait or Straits, plural? Which one is it? Because
Straits.
Yeah, with an S.
On the map.
Why is it plural if there's only one strait?
Well, because it's... I mean, that's an English question, but that's what... It's a good question, isn't it?
Good morning, guys. Today's day 3 of my trip to Gibraltar, or of this region in between Spain and Morocco, or / Africa and Europe. But today's day 3 and I'm walking from Spain, Línea, all the way to Gibraltar. Right now I'm on the Spain side, walking along the beach and heading to the passport control so I can enter Gibraltar again. Today, yesterday was my first day walking this. Today's my second day. I didn't, maybe I saw it, I just didn't think of it. I'm like, hold on, what's that rock over there behind the rock, which I mean to say mountain. What is that mountain over there? That one right over there. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, is that part of the rock or what? Because as far as I know, Spain is supposed to end like right here. That's Algeciras, Spain. And as far as I know, Spain should not be over there. And so I just had to ask somebody, and I had a feeling it might be Africa. I asked the gentleman, what's that rock over there? What's that mountain? That montaña in Spanish. And I'm like, is that Africa? And sure enough, that's Africa, guys. That rock I just showed you, that mountain, that's freaking Africa, man. I cannot believe it. I'm in Europe, and I can see Africa. And the reality where I come from, where the opening to the Mediterranean Sea from the Atlantic Ocean was much wider than what it currently appears on all maps, globes, atlases. No matter what map you look at, Africa is so close to Europe, or better said, Spain. It's so close. It was never like that. It was so much more. And who knows if in that reality you could have seen Africa from Europe. Who knows? Maybe someone out there with this particular Gibraltar Mandela Effect, a memory of it, you know, Gibraltar being an island and the opening of the Mediterranean Sea. Maybe you would have been able to see Africa from Europe, but that mountain looks really close. Like I feel like I could just walk to it in you know, a couple hours. But I can't believe I can see Africa from here. And yeah, I thought I'd share that. Oh, there we go, guys. A minute later, after talking about the mountain in Africa that I can see from Europe, here's a plane about to land. Would be nice to have caught this landing up close and personal, but it would take me at least 10 more minutes to get there, walking to the border, or should I say the airport. There's a nice plane landing right by the rock, the airport that did not exist before. Just want to give an update on my meeting with Pete Jackson, a big Gibraltar historian. He seems to be well known in Gibraltar for doing like tours and knowing a lot about the history of Gibraltar. An update on that, I messaged him earlier this morning, and I told him let's meet on Friday, because he had offered a meeting either on Friday for a coffee and chat, or Sunday he would be available for a tour. So I had replied this morning to him after trying to like organize my trip and see what will my plans consist of for the next few days. And I decided, you know, let's meet Friday for a coffee and a chat. We're gonna meet in Casemate Square in Gibraltar. It's kind of like a little shopping area, restaurant area where there's a lot of restaurants. And we're gonna have a coffee there at Costa Coffee. Perhaps it's pronounced Costa, like Costa Rica. We're gonna meet there, an update on that. And then my other plans for today is to go back to the convent building, the government building, where I am told I should speak to Dr. Joseph Garcia, I believe is his name, to, you know, for my investigation of Gibraltar being an island, and since he knows a lot about Gibraltar as well. So another thing is I want to try and revisit the Garrison Library. I had no luck yesterday. It appeared to be closed, but I was told to try again, that perhaps there's another entrance. Gonna try that again, and perhaps visit the Gibraltar Museum again and do some more exploration. And eventually I do want to go to the Apes Den up the rock and walk the whole island. I want to walk the whole island around it, all sides, and share that experience with you guys. I finally reached the convent building, government building. I'm trying to set up an appointment with Chief Deputy Minister Joseph Garcia to try and ask him some questions, or ask him, you know, stuff pertaining to people calling Gibraltar an island. Why are they hosting the island games here? I'm currently told that he is in Brussels, Belgium currently, and that he's not here, even though I was told that he might be here today. But the security guards are telling me to wait here, that I might be able to speak to someone from the press. So let's see. So I did speak to a guy from the press department, I believe, here at the convent building, the government building, to try and speak to Chief Deputy Minister Joseph Garcia. He is currently not here. He's in Brussels, Belgium. And I spoke to a gentleman by the name of Steven, and he told me that as soon as he gets back here, he'll let him know. He's going to be really busy, and I told him it'll be great if we could just sit down for at least 5-10 minutes. That's all I need. It's just a few simple questions, and I'm just hoping I get lucky to sit down with him. Yeah, Gibraltar military, or UK military?
Yeah, well,
wow.
Military. But what, you are from New York, yeah?
Yeah, New York, yeah, United States, yeah. I was born in Florida, but I was raised in New York since I was 5.
What good place to go there?
In New York?
Yeah,
oh, it's a big city. It's much bigger than this, way bigger.
Yeah.
There's so many places to go. We got a bunch of observatory decks.
And how sad you came here? Did you knew Gibraltar before?
No, I heard about Gibraltar, and I learned about it, but I came here to do a special documentary for my YouTube channel. I'm doing an investigation.
My son loves YouTube. He wants to be a YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
Well, are you a famous YouTuber
No,
now?
not yet. Hopefully. But I'm trying to. I just started a new YouTube channel, but I came here to do an investigation of a phenomenon where for example, have you ever heard anyone that you met, because you lived here all your life, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard people say that Gibraltar is an island?
Yeah.
They call it as an island. They think it's an island.
Yeah.
And then you have to correct them, right?
Yeah. What's your name?
I'll add this.
I see you around, no?
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna ask you some questions right before you leave.
I have to go because of my teeth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Can I meet you in an hour's time here?
Oh wow, I have to move in.
Oh, I have to,
it was a pleasure meeting you though.
Me too.
Yeah.
What can I see you? Where? No, you'll be around. No?
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving. I gotta go to Garrison Library, then I gotta go.
I could tell you many things about Gibraltar. I know.
Yeah.
I'm a tourist guide.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
You're a tourist guide?
Part-time, yeah. I know
Wow.
everything, many things about Gibraltar.
Okay, I'm gonna meet with Pete Jackson. You know Pete Jackson?
Pete Jackson, yeah, I think
He's a big Gibraltar historian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna meet him?
Tomorrow at Costa Cafe and Casement Square.
At what time?
Around 4 p.m.
Maybe time I go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your name?
Enrique.
Eddie.
Yeah. Eddie.
Eddie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See you around.
All right, I'll see you around.
God bless.
Thank you. You too. God bless. Take care. All right. So as I was leaving the convent building, some gentleman walking by saw me recording on my vlogging camera, and was, started talking to me about it. And then, he eventually told me that he actually works for the Air Force. He works for planes and stuff. And then I tried to get into the conversation of Gibraltar being an island, and I was able to ask him, as you can see, have you ever heard people call Gibraltar an island? And first thing he said was yes, of course, yes, they think it's an island, but he did not have enough time to speak. And I told him, I guess we'll talk at a later point and discuss more later. And yeah, so there goes another person who immediately says yes. They've heard people say or refer to Gibraltar as an island. So I'm right across the street from the Garrison Library. I just found the Chronicle building, Gibraltar Chronicle building. It's right over there. I was trying to look for it yesterday. It says that it's in Casemate Square. Sorry, Casemate Square. I keep pronouncing it wrong. And it's right over here. Let's try and see if I can speak to anyone from there and find the entrance to the Garrison Library. Okay guys, so I spoke to someone. The library is open now. I came here yesterday and the gates were closed. So it wasn't actually that black door that I had to go through, it was this. So we're finally here. We're gonna try and look for some evidence of any books that might have referred to Gibraltar as an island. We're gonna try and look for some reality residue, some evidence. Yeah, I'm doing a vlog right now. So
you have a YouTube channel?
yeah, it's a new YouTube channel. It's a new one.
No one.
Yeah, but I came to Gibraltar to do an investigation.
What's your investigation?
I'm investigating a phenomenon. Yeah, you speak Spanish?
Yeah, I speak Spanish. I also like English and Spanish is also they not
Wow.
the best thing.
Wow.
I try to speak,
Do you have any knowledge on the books here, or?
Yeah, there's lots of books.
Who's a big historian here that knows a lot about the books here? Would you recommend anybody?
Come with me.
Thank you so much. Wow, look at this library. There has to be evidence in here. This is a beautiful library. So many ancient books. Thank you so much. Hi, good morning, how you doing? My name is Enrique. I'm here to do speak to someone who has a lot of knowledge on the books here, and history of Gibraltar. Yeah, because I'm here to do an investigation where there's a phenomenon where people have memories of learning that Gibraltar actually exists as an island in the Mediterranean. Have you ever heard yourself people refer to Gibraltar as an island?
Yeah, people tend to refer to it as an island.
Many people.
Yeah.
And why?
Because they're not aware that it's really part of the Iberian Peninsula.
And you have to
part of Britain, but it's-
and you end up having to correct them that it's actually a peninsula connected to Spain.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it
Right.
happens quite a lot.
Yeah. So, and then there's another thing is that you guys host the island games here, right?
Yes.
You hosted in 1995, 2019.
Yeah, we've done it.
Why is Gibraltar hosting the island games when it's not an island?
That's another question. I'm not particularly
You guys-
sure. I'm not the most knowledgeable on sports, either local or anywhere. So,
Yeah.
That's something we probably have to ask somebody else.
Yeah.
But as far as the history of the library goes and the history of Gibraltar, that's definitely something we can help you with.
Yeah.
But perhaps book an appointment with us, because our director's a bit busy.
Oh, I would just a few minutes. Would you happen to know any books that have actually referred or called Gibraltar an island? That's what I'm looking for.
But also, is this for your own private study, or is this something that you're going to be...
This is for my documentary for my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a new YouTube channel, and I'm studying this investigation where it comes from something called the Mandela Effect. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. So this is a huge Mandela effect for many people. Thousands, if not many people, millions of people remember this being an island, and they shift.
I didn't know it was so widespread. It's more sort of, from the experience, is more having to explain to people where Gibraltar is or what it is, really, and then take it from there.
Yeah.
It's such a small place.
Yeah, some people were shocked when they learned about the Mandela effect. They started looking for changes, and they saw Gibraltar is now a peninsula connected to Spain. And when they were learning about Gibraltar and the other reality, the airport didn't exist, and the only way to get here was by boat or cruise, and there was no airplanes. And so now it's like, wow, it's like a totally different world. And this is the reason why the Island Games is actually hosted here, because in the other reality, it's actually an island. And we're having timelines kind of like leak into each other, and this is the reason why Island Games, it sounds crazy, believe me, I know, but that the Mandela effect is proving parallel universes exist.
When it comes to the Island Games, it becomes more of a territorial issue, more of a political issue. It's really, it's whether membership to the Commonwealth or the United Kingdom in general, and Gibraltar's own sort of status as a British overseas territory.
Yeah.
I believe that it's more for those reasons that Gibraltar can qualify to take part in the Island Games and host it.
Yeah,
But,
I hear that, but if you look at all the other participants, which is like 26 other participants, and if you actually check on geography on all the world maps, they're all islands except for Gibraltar. They're all islands, and I have the list. I actually have evidence that Gibraltar exists as an island in my backpack. Can I show it to you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So this is, I was just showing him, your colleague. This is a Spanish magazine from August 20th, 1977. Can you read Spanish?
Yeah.
What does it say there?
Gibraltar's an island.
Yes.
Yeah. This is due to the fact, and obviously you get the image of the land border between England and Spain. It was part of the reason why Gibraltar was allowed to both take part and host the Island Games, because
Even though it's not an island.
even though it's not an island, technically, because we were pretty much cut off from mainland Spain, certainly the only way to get to Gibraltar was by sea.
So the exact description of Gibraltar in here is the exact memory that people have from another universe. What does it say there?
Yeah, Gibraltar is isolated. I mean, I'm sure, obviously a lot of it.
Even though it'll show the maps as a peninsula, the text is what's the evidence. It's a blending of two realities. The reality itself is blending. It sounds crazy, I know, but
well, it's more of a film word, and also you have to consider the political background.
Yeah. Here's, I don't know if you've ever seen this book.
Yeah, we have copies of that in our Gibraltar collection.
It'll describe Gibraltar as an island. Even the description is an island, but the map won't show it as an island. And hold on, I got a bunch of articles from.
Because I mean, you have to consider the political background of all this. You know, it's being referred to as an island, but not literally. It's not literally an island, and everybody knows that.
Yeah, I know. But there's a reason why. There's more to it than meets the eye. And if you read, these are authentic photographs that were used back in the day for newspapers. Yeah, these are from historicimages.com. You can verify them. So if you read the back, it'll actually describe Gibraltar as an island, each photograph. Even though it's so obvious that it's not an island, there's a reason why everyone refers to it as an island. You can just read it. You'll see the word island.
Yeah, but I think, this is all...
And then, look, let me show you all...
It's not like loaded language, but it's just, some of it, a lot of it is, and I don't want to say tongue-in-cheek, but there's obviously, you have to take into...
Look at all the participants in the Island Games. All of these I verified. And geography-wise, they're all islands except for this one, Gibraltar. And there's a reason why...
Like I said, it's in the inauguration of the Island Games, I think, what is it, back in the 80s?
Yeah.
Gibraltar is allowed to take part because, given its history, Gibraltar's just after the, I believe, at that point in '85.
Yeah.
That's very early into after the opening of the border with Spain. So from the 1960s, that land border has been closed. So obviously, Gibraltar can sort of, in that sense, be considered an island, but it's not.
Technically, it's not.
No,
and that's the thing I'm trying to gather evidence for and try to put all together and
I don't think this is some sort of.
This is a New York Times article, and they can't answer why Gibraltar is hosting island games when it's not even an island. There was no definitive answer. Local officials were unable to explain why it was considered an island only for that purpose. If you go to Gibraltar Panorama, they've been doing news articles for Gibraltar since the 1970s. You go to their website and you can find this: Gibraltar, a tiny island and a Mediterranean, island type electrical. An island mode. This is all verifiable. Gibraltar, an island. Gibraltar, an island. There's so much residue from the other universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think.
So you worked for the Royal Navy.
The Royal Navy, yeah.
Wow.
I was, and then when I came back as an officer, I went back to UK and got commissioned as an officer, and I came back. And
Yeah.
And it's a bit disappointing. But I'm glad I came, I'm glad to spend the time going around.
50 years, you know a lot of the history here.
Well, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And the people.
And the people.
The people are
Yeah.
excellent. They really are.
Yeah.
And you can't say the government have done a good job. They've progressed.
People are really friendly here.
Pardon?
People are really friendly here.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, compared
Yes,
to
they are.
other places I've been to,
Especially-
it's almost like people are family here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I get that vibe here.
And
Yeah.
they have done really well.
Being that you worked for the Navy and stuff, I just want to ask like a weird off-topic question.
Right.
Have you, being that you're from Gibraltar, have you ever heard anyone call or refer to Gibraltar as an island?
Yes.
They think it's an island?
They think it's an island. Yes.
Always.
They don't-
And then you end up having to correct them.
I have to tell them that
It's not an island.
it's part of Spain,
It's a peninsula.
Yeah, and it's not an island because they've got the border, and now this
Yeah.
is probably why there's so many big cars here now.
Wow.
Is because the border's open. When I was here, the first time, both of us, the border was shut.
The border was shut. It was like an island
It was like
because
an
it was isolated.
And that's right.
Yeah.
And since the border opened, and I've been here coming back and checking on people, it's less like an island, than it was when the border was shut.
Yeah.
And I mean, because most of my staff at the hospital when I first came,
Yeah.
they were Spanish.
Wow.
They were, but they really felt British.
Wow.
They did feel British.
Yeah.
And they acted British.
And I believe Gibraltar hosts the island games here, right?
Yes.
They have the island games. Why does Gibraltar host the island games when it's not an island?
I know.
Do you know the answer to that?
No.
You kind
No, I
of.
don't.
No one knows the answer.
It's probably, well,
Yeah.
you probably think, well, money.
Yeah.
Because if you can host the island,
Have you heard of Franco?
No.
He was the dictator in Spain. Him and Hitler were like this.
Franco.
I was here in '75 when he died.
Wow.
All the sirens and fireworks were going off because he was the Spanish Prime Minister.
He was the
died.
Spanish.
He was a dictator.
He
Wow.
was a Spanish dictator. And people here, they celebrated.
They were happy.
Oh, aye.
Wow.
They were. That time, when the border was closed, it was very much Spanish people who took charge and said, "No, we're British. We're Gibraltarian,"
Yeah.
and they've made it work for them.
Yeah.
And Singapore have done the same.
Since you worked for the Navy as well, would you know why? Is it Gibraltar? How should I say it? Is it Gibraltar Strait or Straits, plural? Which one is it? Because
Straits
yeah, with an S.
on the map.
Why is it plural if there's only one strait?
Well, because it's, I mean, that's an English question, but that's what
It's a good question, that's it.
it is. It's the straits, really, because the traffic goes east and west.
Right, but there's still one strait though.
But it's still one
So why do people call it straits plural?
Maybe that's what gives them the wrong idea that it's an island. You know, that it's right.
So
Whereas-
this is where I'm getting to, and this is why I'm actually here on my holiday.
Right?
I have a new YouTube channel, and I'm doing an investigation
All right.
of a phenomenon
Right.
where people have, their consciousness has shifted to a similar Earth to this one that we're in now.
Right.
And they actually remember learning about Gibraltar growing up and seeing it on all maps that it was actually an island separated by lots of water.
Right.
In between Spain and Morocco, except when they shifted to this Earth, the one we're in right now, this reality.
You see,
Now it's a peninsula connected to Spain, and this is the reason why the Island Games is hosted here, because in the other universe, the parallel universe we can't see, it actually exists as an island.
right. Well,
That's why there's
possibly,
it
possibly comes from the fact that the runway at the airport,
I heard that was a river before or something like
well, that was man-made, and that's what stopped the water flowing that way to that way. So prior to it being an airport,
that. Yeah.
we're an island.
So it was actually a small river.
Yeah.
So it was an island at
It
one
was
point.
water.
Because I'm hearing different stories from other historians where there was actually always connected. It was a small, narrow passage.
Well, you
Have
could
you
say
been to the
that.
museum?
I spoke to the gentleman at the front with the glasses, but I haven't explored it. But I heard there you can see landscapes.
But you,
It's not so much the landscapes, it's it's not landscape, there's some stonework that was from here from the Moorish times, and
Wow.
we may have a bit more information.
I think I'm gonna go back and actually, take a look at
if you
everything.
go in- if you go in, and they've got a lot more, they may have more
well, make a comparison.
answers to your questions there.
Yeah,
Make-
that's part of my investigation.
Yeah.
So
Make a,
I just left the library. I was speaking to two gentlemen there, looking through old Gibraltar Chronicle newspapers dating back like 50 years ago, and I told them my story about Gibraltar being an island, and they both said yes, that so many people they met during their lifetime have referred to Gibraltar as an island, and that it's Straits of Gibraltar. And I was like, why is it called Straits if there's only one strait? He's like, that's a good question. There's too many books in there that would be very time consuming looking for evidence. The gentleman there that works there, I believe his name is Chris, if I'm not mistaken. He gave me a link in which I can go to and search some of the books that have been recorded into their system, and hopefully I can use that link and just look for Gibraltar Island, something that says island next to it. So I'm gonna try that maybe tonight when I get back to the hotel. Here's a residue for straits. Not sure why it's called straits when there's only one strait.